you've ever been in a car accident, then you know how painful it can be trying to deal with the insurance companies, especially when you're trying to heal from your physical injuries. Well, joining me now is David Hastings from Hastings and Hastings Law, and he's here to actually teach us exactly what kind of insurance that we should have, since he deals with insurance companies all the time. Welcome to Sonoran Living.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
I was really excited to know that you're actually like a real person and you live in Phoenix, because sometimes when you see all those commercials, you don't really know where they're from. They could be from another state.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I've been practicing here for 31 years, so
well,
it's been
you
a long
shouldn't hate
time.
to admit that.
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking a little bit about different scenarios, and we're all going to learn something from this. Let's talk about uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage.
Well, I wanted to come on today to talk about these types of coverages, because I'm seeing an alarming problem in our practice every day that with this bad economy, more and more people are opting out of these very critical insurances. Uninsured motorist covers you when the other driver's at fault and doesn't have insurance. Underinsured motorist covers you when the person who is at fault has inadequate limits, like 1530, to cover you for a serious accident.
Right.
And where I'm seeing a lot of this is in like motorcycle cases and bicycle cases and things like that. People getting hit on a bicycle, it usually is a pretty serious injury. And then I have to be the one to call them and say, I'm sorry, the other driver only had 1530. You only have 50-100, so the most I can get you is $65,000.
Right.
And that's it. And that's a real problem. So I'm trying to tell families to take a look at your personal situation.
For example?
For example, does your husband, is he an avid cyclist? There's a lot of triathletes out there. On the weekends, they're out there in those bike lanes, and they're getting hit, and they're getting badly hurt. Somebody who has a family situation where they're on the road, joggers,
okay,
pedestrians, bicyclists, you need to buy as much of this insurance as you can. Preferably get yourself an umbrella that covers underinsured motorist and uninsured motorist, because you can eat up $15,000 overnight,
right,
one night, and if you're seriously hurt, it'll all be gone in a week.
Well, I love the fact that you're on here. I mean, you're teaching us something. I mean, you're not getting anything from this to tell us what kind of insurance to get. You just want to make it easier for everybody. You were telling me something that if I'm jogging down the road and I get hit by a car, my
your auto policy
insurance
covers you because you've been involved in a motor vehicle accident. So it follows you. You don't have to be in the car. In fact, you could be in your living room. Somebody could leave the roadway, come through your living room window and hit you, and you're covered.
Right.
Under your uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage and your medical payments.
And I bet a lot of people, they didn't know that. So answer me this: do I need to call a lawyer if I'm actually dealing with the claim? Like, when do we call the lawyer?
Well, when
do we call you?
Well, you call me as soon as you can, right after the accident. The sooner we get involved, the better we can protect your rights. You don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to give a recorded statement where you say something foolish, or you're trying to be a nice person and you minimize your injuries, things like that. So it's important. I mean, our fees don't change. We can either represent you the entire time, or you can get us closer to the end, and we don't charge anything differently. We work on a contingency fee basis.
All right. So, well, great information. We'd love to have you come back. I know you've been watching us cook in the kitchen, and
I know.
Yeah,
it smells good in here.
It does, doesn't it? Well, we are going to have all of the information, but there's Hastings and Hastings for you. 480-706-1100. The website, hastingsandhastings.com, and the principal address is right there on Chandler Boulevard. But again, information you can get just by going to his website or sonoranliving.com.
And we have offices throughout the valley and the state. So
now you sound like a commercial.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for having me.